Hi everyone, welcome back to the Social Media Derby. We've got an earlier episode on a Monday for the first time. Felt like it had to be done after the big match yesterday between Arsenal and Man United. We're also going to go through Liverpool's slightly surprising defeat at Bournemouth and Chelsea's third or fourth win in a row at where did they win again? I can't even remember, but they got a win. Crystal Palace, that was it. But before we get into the pod, for those listening on audio podcasting platforms, please follow, give us a 5-star review. For those watching on YouTube, obviously, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment and share if you can. And of course, views expressed in this podcast are only for entertainment purposes. They do not reflect our real opinions. And I feel like we're really going to need this one this week with a couple of grumpy Arsenal fans in the building and, of course, Khem as well. But how are you, man, doing? Jonty, you feeling all right? Back on the pod? Back from China?
Yeah, all right. And for anybody watching, one of my eyes is half shut, so I'm not angry. I am angry, but it's not shown on my face as much as you might think.
And how are you, man, doing? Nash, how you doing, bro? 2 wins in a row. Carrick at the wheel.
Man, I feel so refreshed and relaxed, man. I haven't felt this good in a long time. God is good all the time.
Man's wearing a jacket indoors. I love it. Toasty. Khem, what you saying, bro? You feeling grumpy? The unbeaten run's over. The world's shittest unbeaten run is done.
Next question, man.
Fair enough. We'll get into
I'm just here so I don't get fined. That's what you're going to be saying. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I'm not even wearing Liverpool shirt on this one. I don't feel like degrading myself on this episode, to be honest. I'd rather wear fucking pink.
Io, how you doing, bro? Realist Arsenal fan is a tagline. We're going to get into that in a little bit, yeah?
Completely. I think, yeah, it's time to dissect what we've all witnessed and what has been coming for a very long time. But yes,
right,
we're here.
All right, let's stop beating around the bush. The big game yesterday, Sky Sports Super Sunday, Arsenal 2, Man United 3. I'm going to start it off with asking this question. Because I hope there's agreement in this, but are we all going to agree that United deserve to win that match? Because the stats are there. We can go into XG. We can go into different things, before we get into any of that. Does anyone disagree with that statement? Does anyone think a draw was a fair result or Arsenal win was fair? Open to anyone?
Football won that day. For sure.
We got popped. We got popped at home. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about XG because when you score 2 bangers, who gives a shit about XG? You scored 2 bangers, one off the bar and the other one like around into the corner. Like, we don't need to talk about XG, whether it was 0.5 or 0.05. I don't know. You slapped them in the back of the net and our goals were bloody P-rollers over the line. So what difference did it make?
I echo those sentiments completely.
we got to ask these questions, man, because we've come into the pod many a time and discussed whether a team deserved to win. We had a pretty ruckus one after a draw on the United side. This time we get the W, and if you do look at the stats, it does look fairly even. But obviously, me and you were watching the game together. At least from my perspective, I thought like it was a well-deserved win, but not necessarily because one team. I think you're being a bit kind to us when you say popped. I just think it's based on expectation because I do think it was fairly even.
It wasn't like your game against City. I'll say that. Like your game against City, you were on here saying that you should 4-5-0. I don't think anyone's saying that about this game, but you deserve to win. Whether it was 3-2, 4-2, 3-1, don't make no difference. You deserve to win. But did you deserve to batter us 5-0? No. But what does it matter? You won.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I actually don't think, in terms of creating chances, that we were anywhere close to City. Really, if you think about it, like you said, we scored 2 bangers, and then the other one, Zubimendi and Saliba, conspired to kind of put it a bit on the plate for Mbeumo. Although he still kind of has to be clinical and finish it. It wasn't like a complete open goal, but it set him up for a one-on-one with the goalie. So from that perspective, it definitely was a decent contest. But yeah, I just want to make sure I'm not coming from too much of a biased United standpoint when I say United deserve to win. Because Nash, what do you make of it? Do you think it was a well-deserved win, I'm guessing, or what did you make of the game?
Comfortable, man. We're never in trouble in that game, man. And when you look at Arsenal, the way they played, man, this was a victory for the beautiful game. None of that wrestling, WWE, rugby league nonsense. Bro, this is one for the real lovers of the game. Always comfy, never in doubt.
Shut the hell up, man.
Am I wrong, though?
You saw Lisandro Martinez punch him in the back of the head, and you're trying to talk to me about rugby games.
No, I saw Lisandro Martinez breaking the lines of the passing, bro. I saw him break
That's
the lines.
MMA,
Breaking the lines of the passing, what? You just
That's
launch it over the top, and you're trying to chat about beautiful football as if you're fucking Pep Guardiola, man. Settle down.
We're not going to play the beautiful game anymore, so we're not even mentioning.
Take your victory, but any waffle that goes on, I'm still shooting at you.
Yeah, you lost. I hear it, man. You're suffering.
Although,
talk.
no, I will go back on that a little bit, Johnson, because I do think the last goal does come from Lamans launching it and then knockdowns and whatever. But after we scored the second goal, the banger, like that's the period for like 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes or half an hour, whatever it was. Like we were playing triangles again and doing little, we were actually passing the ball well and controlling it. And it was only kind of, I guess, last 15 minutes or so when you started really going for, the aerial balls and the corners and the set pieces, and you start to put us under pressure a bit.
We got popped, What cup, mate? 15 minutes, the first 15 before we got our first goal. That was the only time we had any chance of comfortable. After that, we didn't look any. We
really don't need to be doing this hyperbole, bro. We just give them the victory. Be happy.
Where's there's no hyperbole?
I was the only one being.
How is that hyperbole?
What are you talking about? I was the only real one here, man. You're chatting up your ass as well. Of course, you're on the same fucking planet that he's on.
For 15 minutes.
The problem is that he's the Arsenal fan. He shouldn't be on cloud nine with you right now, but he is.
I'm not on cloud nine. I've just told you. For the first 15 minutes we looked good and then we broke them down and got a goal, and then we just completely backed off with intensity. And then after that, it was United. We literally got pressured.
It wasn't getting popped though, man. Your definition of getting popped is weird.
What do you
We didn't
mean,
deserve to
though?
win the game. We were better than us. That's fair. Talking about
we-
pop, I don't know what you're talking about. You've seen us lose to Man City and get absolutely popped, and you're trying to say that was a pop.
We scored an own goal and a scrappy corner.
We scored an own goal. We scored an own goal and a scrappy goal. Yes, that's fine. But what does that have to do with being popped?
Because we didn't play well and they deserve to beat us. I'm so baffled.
That's not the same as getting popped. What is the definition of getting popped, bro?
Getting outplayed. We didn't. What do you mean? We got outplayed.
That's not. So we did not get popped off that pitch. I don't know what you want to try and chat. We lost, right? We didn't deserve to win. They were better. That's all good. We can say all of that. But we don't need to do all this hyperbole about getting popped as if we were playing against Man City 2 seasons ago when they absolutely mashed us, or when we played against Liverpool and they mashed us, or whatever else. We're talking about getting popped. Losing 3-2 is getting popped.
I will stand by it.
Even game for the majority of the game, right? They were better than us, sure, but we were in the game at the 84th minute or whatever it was when it was 2-2. And they were shit goals, as I've already said, 5 seconds ago. But we were in the game and we had chances to do something with the ball, to etc. etc. But we weren't getting popped.
We
weren't playing nice football. That's totally fine, but we were not getting popped.
No, then we have different definitions of what it looks like.
Your truth is your truth, Ayo. Your truth is your truth.
Thank you. Unfortunately.
But now he's talking about like a marble lady, and he's talking about the truth is my truth, and he's got fucking sage and that shit. And you're trying to tell me that this is what we need to be listening to.
You seem to be more concerned about the word pop than the fact that you're 17 in open goals, in the open
play
league,
chances.
Open play chances. Like popped isn't.
We can get onto that. So we can get onto that. I've already said that we didn't play well, right? But the point is, can we not just be objective about the fact that we were bad, they were good? We dominated the first 20 minutes, sure. We got our goal, and then we were crap, right? We're acting like Man United had 100 chances. Antony already said they didn't have a chance. They scored 2 really, really good goals. Yes, they dominated possession for a certain portion of the game, like let's say the last 30, 45 minutes, right? The second half, they were definitely not. Saying popped, man, just loses all the credibility of the point.
It doesn't. I don't think so.
It does.
But can we get past the pop part and just go? Why do you think you did struggle so much to actually perform? Because if you look at the players that most Arsenal fans will say have been impressive for you guys this season, Zubamendi's definitely up there, and he had a pretty smelly game. He wasn't as disastrous as I think some people say, but he definitely didn't play well, and he obviously served one up for Mbeumo. And definitely Gabriel and Saliba were not their usual comfortable, like coasting selves. Like they definitely looked like very anxious, and Saliba was doing some weird, like his passing was very, very all over the place. Gabriel definitely as well was a bit rattled, I think, in the game. Why do you think that was? Do you think it simply was because they had an off day? Do you think it was something that United did tactically? Or do you think then, like, what's the reasoning behind it? I know no one can be perfect, but it was uncharacteristically bad from those three in particular in that middle of defensive midfield.
I think you're being generous saying just those three. Personally, I think the scar tissue. I think the scar tissue was real, mate. The trauma of being Arsenal at the top, mate. It's a pressure. I think even Patrick Vieira was saying it, man. You can see the team. You don't. It's concerning when you see games like that. Obviously, we dropped points against Forest, and then this game, like that Milan game in the midweek. That can get people excited, but that's just what Champions League is. But then, you see how we came out. There was just no intensity, as I said. And the mistakes were just, you can say uncharacteristic, but I think there's Mendy's fourth mistake in a big game again, where it just seems this complacency just kind of just dribbles into these players. And it's a big problem because now it's called unless we can't, before it might have been able to be overlooked, we didn't concede a lot of goals, but now we're conceding goals in a lot more frequency, I guess, in that regard. Like, I think that was the first time we conceded 3 goals in, I think they were saying like a year and a half or something at home or something like that. Like that's not a good sign. Like I think that's my biggest problem with Arsenal was like before. I think what we do with Arsenal is that we create chances with just enough chances to get the win, and then but then we didn't concede, so we got away with it. But now if we're going to concede and not create enough chances, this was going to happen. We're going to have games like yesterday, and it might hopefully it doesn't continue. But it just doesn't fill me with confidence the way we looked in. I say even all the big games we played this year, to be fair, I don't think we've looked very convincing against the big six. The thing I would throw at you though is the stat you mentioned is true. Actually, I saw something yesterday. I think the last time you conceded 3 home or away was Luton, like 2.5 years ago, and it was that 4-3 game where you scored in the last minute. So your defense has obviously been really, really miserly up until this point, but I think you've had it seems like different issues because Liverpool, that was 0-0. You can't really say defense didn't show up. It was more like the attack didn't show up in that one. And then you obviously had the 0-0 against Forest. Again, some tough calls, but Gabriel Martinelli's missing an open goal, so you think it's not really a defensive issue. But to concede 3 against us, don't get me wrong, there were bangers, 2 of them. But there's definitely things you could have done to close people down for the Dorgu goal. Maybe that could stop it. Definitely with the Cunha one, I mean, Rice gets megged, and then Cunha has like acres of space by himself to just curl that one in. So you could do something about that.
You mentioned the exact point, right? Which is our midfield got overrun. Just like last week with you against City, it was the same problem. Same, right? Like Odegaard, our main kind of ball carrier, had like a 67% pass completion rate. Like you saw it all over the pitch. Right? Our asses were falling out. We were missing simple passes to each other. You can look at pretty much any one of our midfielders. The problem with Zubamendi is obviously that most of his passes happen closer to the back line, and that was where our first goal came from, essentially, right? Stupid play. But at the same time, our midfield, if you watch that goal from behind the goal, there's about 3 different opportunities where a central midfielder, either Declan Rice or Odegaard, could have came back and showed for the ball to give Zubamendi an easy option. But instead, they left him stranded on an island. Saliba gave him a bad pass after making a mistake probably 2-3 minutes before that. Basically, it straight to the opposition. And Zubamendi's in no man's land, but it's a shocking ball from him. Right? This is where I get to just hoof it up the pitch if you need to. We, for some reason, didn't want to do that at that point. But then from 45 minutes after, into the second half onward, just wanted to go long and hoof the ball up. So it was just honestly, like, you look at the possession, the string of passes that we could get together, it was shocking. Our midfielders could not seem to get a pass to each other. And every time they did have an opportunity to pass it forward, they stopped, turned, pass it backwards instead. It was like peak, hideous Pep Guardiola football. And it showed the same thing that we did, like that Man City did against you last week, was the same thing that we allowed to do this week, which was essentially try and get into play into your hands, get into your game, where you lot definitely wanted it more off the second ball. I remember the second ball that we actually went and won. Right, we were launching something into the air. Maguire or one of your defenders was heading it back, and then off that you had Dorg, you had Bruno, you had whoever jumping onto that second ball and then moving forward, right? And how many times do you see Arsenal where you've got a massive gap between the midfield and the defence? Not frequently. Why? Because we don't really allow transitions to happen, right? We don't get broken on that much, but you lot seem to have acres of space in between Mendy, Rice, Odegaard, whoever it was at the time, and our defenders. And then you end up with Saliba and Gabriel. They're good defenders, don't get me wrong, but like 1v1 demons where they're just going to come out and cut out every ball. They are really system-based. And that third goal, I think, showed it very, very well. Right? Is that Gabriel, he starts to back up, do a bit of a Virgil van Dijk twerk, and then he comes forward, but it's too late by that point. And then Cunha's put it into the back of the net. And let's be honest, what is Cunha good at? Shooting from outside the box, and you want to give him that much space. I'd rather you let him try and dribble around you. But instead, we back off, give him the space. He uses, where Gabriel's body is to basically hide it and put it around the corner so that the right can't get anywhere near it. But to be honest, like, midfield, where were they? It was honestly shocking. But I also want to call out Ben White was awful. Our left back and right back were awful in that game as well, because Dorgu was having an absolute picnic the whole day. It was comedy, but I'm gonna honestly say that not a single player on that pitch was good. Everyone was crap.
Yep.
Yeah, there were a lot of bad performances for sure, but I just think the centre backs and Zubimendi were the most like eye-grabbing drops in level, because like you expect so much of them. But I agree with you, and maybe it is showcasing how much your defense benefits from that structure and the system. Because I remember we've talked loads, and before I can't remember if it was you, or if it was Razor was saying, like, we've got such a good defense, we can take more risks, we can leave things a little bit more 1v1. And maybe Arteta, the reason why he's not doing that more often is because he has got concerns about leaving the defense 1v1 against certain types of players. I think most teams you can do that, but where a team's got a really good counter-attacking attack or threat, you see that you've got good attackers.
Yeah, you've got a good attacker. We're talking about Cunha, we're talking about Mbeumo, we're talking about Bruno. Like, these are good attackers. We did not pay them enough credit. We thought that we were coming up against fucking, I don't know, insert any shit midfielder you can think of or striker you can think of, right? We thought we were coming up against fucking Beto, and it was Cunha whipping balls into the bottom corner, or is Dorgu smashing ones off the bar.
Yeah, it was definitely a poor performance from Arsenal, but poor performance, and you still managed to get a couple of goals, and you were in the game. We're not going to go back to the pop conversation, but yeah, in the end, 3-2 ends up looking like a tight contest that comes right down to the last few minutes of that goal. Let's move to the United side of things, Khem. You always like to point out when I don't come to you for your analysis on Man United. What was your take on United in this game, bro? Worthy of the win, or what do you think?
First of all, I think this is the first time all season I'm seeing you wearing a United shirt, so I'm happy for you, bro. You're capped at 40 games, so this is obviously your cup final. So Carrick won a trophy before Arteta. You know what's going on. Rhys Senior next. But you guys did your thing. First of all, you did have fresh legs. You do have one game a week, so let's factor that in. But you are good in transitions. That is actually your strength. None of your managers realized that until recently, but that is actually one of the things that you can do well at. But no, I think you guys done your thing. Maybe we set up the blueprint for how to play Arsenal, which is just stay in the game for a bit, and then they run out of ideas and just focus on the corners. Don't let them do all their terrorism on top of your keeper, freaking all over your goalkeeper. I don't know how the refs are missing those dark arts. FIFA needs to actually start paying attention to that. It was some worldies, though, to be fair. The game opened up in the second half after Dorgu's goal. He must have watched our last pod because I'll never disrespect that guy's name again. Dog, even. Shout out to him, Patrick. Goal of the season, probably, I think, because I thought the build up between him and Bruno was just brilliant. Like, you just have to applaud it and say fair enough, man. And a great finish from Cunha as well. So it did expose a little bit for Arsenal. Maybe they should still be good enough to get it done. Like, you must, etc. But you guys have had some back-to-back wins, but you've also seen this show before with whoever's been the replacement from the guy before. You're like Barney Stinson from that How I Met Your Mother. You always think, the next new is always better sort of thing. You're always you always assume your new girlfriend's got, you know what I mean? You've done it. We've seen this joke for like a decade, innit? So give Carrick his contract, give him a 5-year deal with a good payout, bring in all his dumb coaches, pay them, pay all the agents' fees, rinse and repeat, get Fergie's blessing, etc. So, enjoy this derb. Let's see what happens now when you play against a team you should beat. Is it Leeds? I don't know. You got next. You got someone supposedly Fulham. Yeah, supposedly rubbish. Like, see what you can do against them in a game when you are probably expected to dominate possession, especially at home. You're got to be the ones who are meant to take like the onus on the match. So the last 2 games, you were probably disrespected by two Spanish freaks who didn't give you the respect you deserved in the match. We did the same in October. So, you guys have done that, though. You've done that many times. You've snuck a few cup finals and stuff via people not rating you. And you're still Man United. Like, you'll still play to the occasion. Like, you still have signed big players, good players from different teams who have performed at their different teams. They just don't perform well at your team. But they're still good players. So, great game. Football won, like I said at the start. It's good to see like some truth coming out as well. I think it has highlighted, a lot of those stat lines. I think their top scorer is on 6 goals. That's just, I don't even know how that's a thing. Like, we're in February basically, and the title winners might not even have double digits top scorers. I believe own goal is their top scorer since Thanksgiving. I'm not sure, or since Christmas along those lines. That's diabolical. So, like I said,
why are you saying you're not sure? You definitely have this written down on your computer and your phone.
It has Thanksgiving like he's American.
I know. Why is Thanksgiving the yardstick? That's so weird.
Hey. We, never know the Glazers. We've got Clear Lake, FSG. Kroenke, they might be. Listen, they're taking over. So,
big up the American market.
Arsenal will bounce back. It'll be fine. We'll probably forget this because didn't it drop down to 2 points a few weeks ago, and it seemed like the Prem would be exciting again, and then City just gave it away. So that'll probably happen. They got Spurs away, which is basically their kryptonite. So you might as well just get it done in your next match, and you'll forget all about this. But yeah,
why don't you guys try and get back in the race, man? Why are you saying City giving it away? What happened with you?
Race, we ain't even got any shoes, bro. I don't know what you're looking at us for. I don't know why we still get a mention. Like,
they're in a rebuild.
I'm focused on the World Cup with these guys, man. We just make up numbers right now. We'll get onto my dumb team in a bit. We're staying on you can't be proud of this though. You can't look at that and see a number like that. You're 17th in open play goals. Does that not make you sick? Like you actually you made Patrick Vieira sit and watch that. I don't even know if has he always been
there are different times where different things are a priority, right? 2 years ago we played football that made me very proud, and where did that get us?
But that season,
last year we were awful.
2023.
Where did it get us?
2023. you guys were great.
The goal is to win.
Yeah, it's true. You're going to be happy, of course, because you're in a situation where you just want to not have people like me and Nash say win a trophy, blah blah blah. I'm not Antony because he glazes your team. He forgets what Roy Keane done for him. But like, I don't know. Like even the crowd was dead. It was silent, man. Only corners. You literally cheer corners. Like I hear what Rhys was saying, bro.
No, I thought they were. I thought it was exaggerating.
A joke.
Until I watched that game, and it's mad.
What you do is you roll up, you remix a few songs, and then that's it. And then it's just when it's a corner, that's you can't be bringing back Vieira and dragging him out there and making him watch that.
It's not sustainable, man.
He's going to reapply for Man City ambassador. He's not going to come back to your ground again if that's what you're going to do to him. But see how it goes. You'll win the Prem. You must, quadruple's still on though. So, there's still everything's still to play for. Like jokes aside, you're still the best team in the league and Europe right now. So we're just running bants because it's all the rest of us have got really right now. So
can I ask a question though, off of the back of that, right? Can you name a single team in the Premier League right now that you're in love with their football?
I tried to say that last week when I said that the standards have gone down. I said
no, don't try to use this with your low ceiling, high.
And that's exactly what it's. That's exactly what it's highlighted.
Is there anybody right now that you look at in the Premier League and you like their football? The answer is no. We're in a period, like we said before in the group chat. This is Serie A period, right, of the Premier League. I just want to win. I don't care about playing sexy football. They were showing stats. I know that Sky Sports loves all their different stats, right? They like choosing weird arbitrary numbers, 30 appearances or 11 appearances or non-penalty goals, this, that, and the other. One of the other things they showed was, when was the last time a team won the Premier League with their top goal scorer not being above, what was it, and like 12 goals, whatever it was. It was Chelsea in 04-05 or whatever it was under Jose Mourinho. And I think their top goal scorer was like Drogba or someone. I honestly don't care, man. If we need Lampard, sorry. But I honestly don't care. We just need to win. I think everybody's always keeps saying, right, like, when are we going to win? This team can't win. They're not capable of winning, etc., etc. At this point, I don't care how we get over the line. We just need to get over the line. And we're making hard work of it, dog's dinner of it. But if we get over the line, then we can talk about playing sexy football and doing this, that, and the other. But I do need to remind you, if you've watched us in the Premier League this season, we are capable of playing good football. The problem is, can we do it in the Premier League against these teams that aren't going to let us do whatever, right? The ones that don't have the ego, like the team, in Italy, in Spain, in Germany, that, like companies Bayern. He's not going to sit back and try and play like long ball football against us. He wants to play. He wants to show Rummenigge and all these dons that he can actually play football. As soon as they do that, we pop them on pitch. Use Io's favorite word. As soon as we have people that are actually realistic about what they want to do against us, they're tactically smart, what happens? We end up playing like fucking Saddam Hussein football. So let us win a Premier League, and then let's come back next year and see what we can do in terms of improving the style of football with a bit of pressure off of us. But at this point, all pressure, just get us to win.
I hear
just
that.
Get in the Premier League and let's move the fuck on.
But wait, before I would generally agree with that, Johns, for sure, yeah. But this United game, maybe I'm wrong again, and you man can call it out if it's true. But the reason why, and Nash can back me up on this, in the last two games, why I think United fans, I'm a little bit more accepting of them getting a bit giddy, is because there's elements of what Khem's saying is true. Like, we've done this story where we've beaten a bunch of, we've gone into big games as underdog, considering how poor we've been, and won the games. But often the time it has been mad low block, real extreme counter-attack, suffer, and then sneak the win. The City game, I think, was to a different level for sure. But even this game, I didn't really feel like we were ultra defensive and ultra low block. And I feel like we were in a medium block most of the game.
Medium well block.
Medium rare, medium well, whatever you prefer, right? And I feel like we were, to Nash's point, quite comfortable for a majority of the game. And so that's the only part when I can understand why an Arsenal fan will be a little bit more concerned, because when you struggle against low blocks, sure, that makes a little bit more sense. But you can't really say that much about the United game.
To be clear, I'm not saying that you were playing a low block, to be very clear. And I also want to rewind back. If we go back and find clips of you describing those wins that you got, that you're now saying the jammy, at the time you were saying, no, we didn't sit back. We were playing real football. So I'll go back to that. I'm getting cap cut out. I was about to say cap cut. But cap cut out. Yeah. And I'm going to find the clips of you talking about when you beat Liverpool
No,
this season and this, that, and the other. And I'm going to find clips of you from last season as well. See you actually say what you're saying now.
He said we got 2-1.
But in this game, do you think that we did that? That was my question. I'm not talking about what I said before. I'm talking about in this game. Do you think we played mad?
We did not sit back.
But that's the only point I'm making. Of course, at other points I've chat mad rubbish about the wins, but this one felt they're not feeling as smash and grabby and as like we've come out just about with our lives.
What this reminded me of was last season when we played Fulham. And it was this, they did not low block us. They just played physical football. They were really, really going after second balls and getting them really quickly, right? And barging us off the ball and being able to break on us. I think that is exactly what you did. You took that blueprint, but with higher quality players, and you showed that that's all you need to do. And you made our midfield look lightweight. And this is where I get back to like the Zubimendi, the Odegaard, Rice. Yes, run forever, right? They can run for a long time, but they're not like we talk about our team having physical beasts, and we definitely do when it comes to the back four and up front. But in the middle, we still have technical players. They're quite small. They're decently good on the ball. They work really hard. We don't have like some destroyer. We don't have like a Yaya. We don't have like a Rodri. We don't have a player like that in the middle that's just going to smash people off the ball. We have technical guys, and you guys just overrun us in the midfield. We were getting barged off every second ball.
That's such a cop-out, bro. We had Uncle Casemiro and Bruno, who's also lightweight. We just outplayed you in the middle.
No, man. I know, but they were lightweight, but they still made us look worse. I'm not saying that you guys have like some amazingly good midfield that just, were barging us off the ball, but you played really, really well off the second. I can't even compliment you with you saying it's a cop. I'm saying midfield was shit. You literally overrun us in the midfield. What do you want me to say? That you've got a world-class midfield? Or do you want to be both shit but also good at the same time? Which one do you pick your poison? Are you good or are you shit?
It's their cup final weekend, man. Let them be good.
No, but I will calm down. We're coming to you guys in a minute, yeah. Well,
but I would say the biggest thing I don't know about Arteta is that our substitutions were fully offensive. Carrick didn't fear him or rate him at all. We were going for another one, man. It's such a disappointing.
That's hilarious because when Amarim's making defensive substitutions, you're calling him out and telling him to go to The Hague. Now you start making attacking substitutions, and now no one's got respect for Arteta.
Dude, I'm being consistent.
So what's it got to do with Arteta? Whether you're playing Leeds or if you're playing Arsenal, you were cussing out Amarim saying that he should go to The Hague because he was putting on fucking five when you were losing. And now Carrick puts on a couple of attacking substitutions, and now no one respects Arteta, bro. Shut up.
I said Carrick don't respect him. I never mentioned anyone else, bro. It's okay. Don't be angry.
Does it concern you that your captain was subbed off 2-1 down?
It does concern me. It does concern me, and I'm getting to IO levels of hate on Odegaard at this point.
Hate.
But wait, guys. Before we get to IO's hate for Odegaard, because we're going to get to that, because I do think we need to chat through it. I just want to shout out the people dropping the comments. I think Jamar, big up Jamar, big up. Oh, it's my boy Jose. What you saying? We got DJ Darkest Night as well. Calling John out. He's United fan enjoying this. Yeah, big him up. But yeah, let's go back to because all right. Before we go back to it, Nash, I think we just have to get in a bit of United prop because obviously we've talked a little about Arsenal players not playing that well. Johnson's given prop on the style and stuff like that, but I think some individual players definitely need some prop. So who do you want to shout out for this game, bro?
Sandro Martinez, man. I know he's injury prone and small, but we may just have to firm it, bro. He's so comfortable on the ball and he connects the midfield to the attack. Without him, I think wouldn't be able to create as much as we do and be as fluid as we are in transition. Special footballer, man. So technically gifted.
He was good.
Crazy.
He was good, man. If he can just stay fit. He has bad games, man. Like when he came back from the injury, I think he was
overweight when he was come back. He was getting back into fighting form.
But Bournemouth, I think that fourth goal that Krupi scores, he makes a big mistake, and he's made a couple of mistakes. But clearly, I think he's just been working himself back into form. The last two games, he's been really good with Maguire. To be fair, Maguire's been a beast as well. To be fair to him, I don't really rate him, but you know what I mean. Got to hold it. He's been really good.
Can we talk about Bruno, please? Can we talk about one of your best players, Bruno? I'd like to hear Nash talk about.
I'm happy
Bruno,
to talk
please.
about Bruno.
Great game,
happy to
Bruno.
I'll start with Kobe first. Another 9 minutes for our star boy. every game that keeps going more and more, Amorim looks even more like a terrorist, man. Can't believe.
Bro, have you seen the have you seen the running stats? Yeah, and
Bro,
I'm
you
bro,
were there
I'm
saying that you fell for that propaganda. I remember you.
Bro, if you see my
that
hands up, do you see my hands up? Do you see my hands up? Do you see my hands up? I'm gonna put my hands up, bro. I was just about to say, even I got sold by this bollocks that he was coming out and saying he can't cover ground, and because he's got like a languid playing style, like genuinely you can get fooled by that. But if you look at the running stats, man hit 12 kilometers against City. He was everywhere. In this game, I don't think he was as good as City, but he was still.
He didn't need to. We were much more comfortable against them. We didn't need to run as much.
But he take the corner.
No, but he was doing what Jonty was saying, right? Which Jonty was saying. Getting mad feedback from someone. I don't know who that is. It was from Jonty's. What Jonty was saying. He was a big part of the swarming of the midfield. So when the second balls and the drop downs were coming down, Kobe was there 9 times out of 10 to either nick the ball, get a foot in, get the ball back to another United player and win the possession back. So I think his game in this particular fixture was less like standout because at City, he was dropping the shoulder, sending Semenyo to the shops. He was passing through the lines. He was doing everything that we love Kobe for. In this game, it was I enjoyed it just as much, but I don't think it was as good a performance.
Suppose he can do the other side of the game. Everyone thinks he's only an offensive player. He's showing you he's well-rounded. He can do it all.
Yeah, but people that say that didn't watch him for England, right?
No,
in England, he was playing at number 6 at the Euros, right? He wasn't playing at 8 and further forward. He was playing deeper lying, so you should believe it. Yeah. Let's get to Bruno then, your favourite player.
Thank you.
I actually think in this game he was good, but I think he was a little bit more understated as well. He obviously had some nice touches. He was very, very guilty in that first 25 minutes, the period that you man are talking. He lost the ball quite a lot, and it was old school Bruno that makes us lose our minds.
We're never gonna get past. As like at the moment, he's maybe a Musgrave player, but for good 30 to 40 minutes of that, you know you're gonna suffer from balls, terrible touches, wayward passes. But when he's on and he's feeling it, he's one of the best.
But you know what, man? It just proves.
Oh, really? Wait. Say that one more time. One more time, please.
Oh, you mean when I discuss how he flounders the ball?
Say it one more time. None of the hyping up in the middle. Just say the last sentence one more time, please.
He can be one of the best.
No. You didn't use the word can.
I'm watching it.
For the audience that's listening, for DJ Darkest Night, for Jose, for Jamar, say it one more time, please, just for the crowd.
That he's capable of performing to a higher standard on occasion.
Okay, so you want to agree that he needs to be sent to Saudi ASAP Rocky, no?
Oh, he still needs to go. I'm fully behind him leaving in the summer. That's not going to change.
No, Bruno.
He's maybe a creative player. Maybe is the word that you're using on the fact that he's the most creative player by a mile.
Yeah, it's country mile. It's a country mile, bro. And I will say it categorically for my fellow United brother. Bruno is easily our best player. He's easily like one of the top 2-3 best 10s in the league and has been the whole time he's been at United. He's definitely had a lot of improvement to do when it comes to playing those killer balls and understanding when to actually go for the through pass and when to actually just recycle the ball. I think he has to go against his own brain, which is constantly twitching to try and do the most crazy Hail Mary pass 24/7. And over time, he's got
26 and still developing. He's 32, man. This is who he is.
No, but bro, are you not telling me in the last 2 years he's improved on just playing those stupid through balls constantly?
I would
say, look at stats, which I'm not going to do, I'm pretty sure I could find stats that will back that up.
In his general game has improved in the last 2 years. Before it was just production and awful playing style, but now his game has improved a lot.
Okay, bro, that's literally what I said.
He is not a centre midfielder. He's an attacking midfielder, and when you put him in attacking midfielder where he belongs, he's a very, very, very good player. That's all we all need. We do need to send Amorim to The Hague for that. Putting him at 8 with Casemiro next to him is a disgrace, and he was not supposed to be playing there. It's the common problem that Man United have got where you miss profile players. But you put him in a 10 role, he's one of the best. Right? Without De Bruyne in this league, you could easily make the argument that he is the best or top 2. Right? He's ratty, people don't like him, this, that, and the other. But mate, he's a really good player. And sending him to Saudi, you should be sent to The Hague for saying that.
I'm
all right.
That team in the long term, man. He's not part of the long-term project. That's just a fact.
Yeah, big up, Razor. I do.
Of the
I do
2
agree
games,
with that
now you're talking about long-term projects again. Joe.
I've been saying it for the last 2 years. He needs to go. So this is not a change of my tune, man. I've been very consistent about this.
What are you saying on Maguire? Quickly, just quickly.
He
We
needs
need
to go
to
as well.
touch on Big Slabhead. Slabhead was fucking great yesterday.
Yeah, he was. But he also needs to go in the summer as well.
I want to get rid of all our good players. Let's get rid of all our good players.
Let's start from scratch. Aiden
Hazard,
Lenny
Yoro, about these guys, man.
Let's start all of them. JJ Gabriel, let's get him in there.
These guys.
Now you have to have a transition plan. So whatever, I understand that those players are not going to be part of the long-term future, but it doesn't necessarily mean you ship them all out at one time. But anyway, let's go to Io because I know you've been itching to chat through the players that are on your hit list, bro. Odegaard, Stinker and Hooked, captain. Well, we're just talking about Bruno, our captain. He doesn't get Stinker and Hooked very often. Your one does. Eze comes on. Gyökeres comes on. Ethan's not even in the building anymore.
Don't do it to me, man. Don't do it to me. All I know is I never thought there'll be a point where I witnessed a United player and I thought, why can't my attacking midfielder do what Bruno's doing for me? But that's what I thought yesterday, because all I saw from Odegaard was trash. But it's not a surprising trash, because when you see trash consistently for game upon game, you get used to such a thing. And the fact this man is captain in Arsenal Football Club, and even if you win the Prem, the fact this man will lift the Prem is an absolutely traumatic sight that I'm having to come around to, because as much I'll be so happy to watch our team win the Prem, knowing Odegaard will lift that trophy as the first man to touch a trophy for Arsenal football in 20 years is crazy to me, because he's honestly, I've watched this man play football, and you watch this man's game yesterday, you'll never see a player refuse to go forward more so in his life. I think about 20 minutes in, he played like a ball out to the left wing, and I said, oh my God, he's changed. I said, we might be onto something. And that was the last ball I saw him play forward. After that, from then on, it was the last ball I saw that man play forward in my entire life. And I swear, I've never. And then I read something today, and he said, I saw the report saying that he was angry. There was a report that he's angry at being subbed in 55 minutes. I said, can you read the room, please? How can you be angry? It is an absolute tragedy. Like, it's because Eze got benched after the first game, not against Villa, because he made a mistake and didn't track back, and then that was it. And I'm not saying Eze is going to change our lives. They're going to instantly come into the team. But the fact this man can't get a run of games, and as much as you guys say my pause comment between Eze playing behind Gyökeres, I'm playing behind Marino, that was the last time our attack, that period of time football was the last time we looked fluid attacking. That was the last time we looked like an actual team that could attack with open play. And
did you watch the Inter game?
Mate, Inter, a game that meant nothing, bro.
Inter is shit.
It's the game, and the game meant nothing. Like yes, we played well, but
Inter is shit.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying Inter shit, but I'm saying that game meant nothing.
We beat that shit.
It was a European game. We already had qualified. The game for us, we played a full strength team. But in the Prem, which we're talking about, the last time we looked fluid in attacking was when we had Eze playing behind Marino as well and playing behind Gyökeres. And we were actually flowing, actually making moves. Odegaard has come back into this team, and all he has done is slow down attacks repeatedly. And even yesterday, the man sliced the shot, bruv. And if people think that was intentional, I swear to God, I'll lose my head. Because what this man did, he sliced it, and by the luck of God, it bounced into the net, bruv. And so just everything.
Bro, was it on target? Just when you slide, was it on target?
I think it was curving away, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
It was on target. All right, man was like about 1 foot in front of the goal. That was going.
So what
in.
you think it was going in? Oh my God!
Just pick and choose when he was shit. Right, just pick and choose and use the actual examples of him being shit as your case about him being shit. Don't pick the one where he shoots that goal and it comes off of fucking Lissandro's arse and goes in as the reason why he's bad. So many other examples.
Are you giving him credit for his own goal?
That is crazy. I can't believe what.
I'm just saying this guy has a highlight reel from that game of being shit, and that's the one that you choose. And then you wonder why all of the other Arsenal fans think you're an absolute prick.
I said the fact that he sliced.
Your best player on goal. That was his goal.
Shorts, mate.
Khem, shut up. All right, just shut up. We'll get onto your team a little bit later. Be quiet.
The entire thing about it.
Mute yourself.
He had a terrible
This is a civil war. We don't need you in here. Right? We don't need us in the corner, sat on the couch, watching everything happen. Shut up. Get out of the room. Go to your own hotel room and listen.
But as I said, the man's refusal to progress the ball forward is a detriment to our team, and it's going to be as long as he plays. It's going. He is who he is. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to push that ball forward. He doesn't want to play like lines playing passes, and it's gonna. And as long as he keeps playing, we're gonna be seeing exactly what we saw yesterday. And yeah, and that is why my hatred. And as much as we say we don't want to see Ethan because he's young, at least he brought something different to the team. Eze, we just need to give this guy minutes. We'll get him a run of games again. And he might be better, he might not, but I'd much rather live in the unknown than knowing what I know.
We need to something different now, right? It's been long enough.
That's it.
We talk about just wanting to get over the line, this, that, and the other, right? Lana, me and you agree on one thing, which is that Odegaard has not been good enough, right? And you can rewind the tapes back to me a couple of years ago where I'm comparing that you can improve off the good season that you had where he scored like 15 goals or whatever. I fully take that back. That's my bad. He's not on that level. He is a basic 8, right? He's a hard-working Brentford level 8 at this point in time until otherwise. And we need to see something different. So give me a bit of Eze, give me somebody else, but take this man off the pitch, get the armband off of him, slap him with it, and then give it to Rice. And let's move.
I'd love to see
better. Give him the cup games for now. Give him the cup games, put him out there with all our young boys like Salmon and these man, and he can teach them how to run around a bit. But when we have to play against the big boys, Odegaard sit on the bench for now.
He needs to
watch and learn stuff and then move on. But on top of that, we've got to speak about this. If I see Saka get forced onto the left-hand side again to let Madueke play right wing, I'm going to have serious fucking problems.
You should have problems already, bro.
Guy that you just renewed the contract of, that's one of the best right wingers in the league. You move him off that for the guy that runs around like Sonic the Hedgehog and kicks the ball off the pitch. He can't play a 5-yard pass. He's slapping the ball into row Z off of a ball on the floor, and he's just running straight off the pitch as if he's got R2 held down and his connection's gone. What the fuck are we doing?
We got fleeced, bro. We seen it in the summer. We got fleeced. We got Chelsea fleeced us. There's a reason it happened.
Bro, if I go and look back and I saw that Martinelli was on the bench for that game and we ended up bringing on Madueke and forcing Saka onto the left, I'm gonna lose my shit. So I'm gonna put my phone down now. I'm gonna put my phone down and not even check that on FOTMob because that's a disgrace. Leo Sard, I love you, bro. You hit a lot of you get a lot of important goals. But if I see you hoof the ball into the air again, I'm gonna lose my shit because you got sent off for that last season. And you continually do it every fucking game, hoofing it into I don't even know, it's Shaolin soccer where he pushes it in there and he's gonna jump up there and hit it like a fucking karate kick off the ball. Bro, play the ball on the ground, you useless prick.
Reached full head loss at this point. But no, I agree with the Odegaard stuff. It's just he came back from injury, and I remember he had a couple of rough games, and then he had a couple of decent games. And I remember the group chat was absolutely alight with the messages at that time. And he's just fallen right back into the kind of very ineffective, very just average, grey, bland Odegaard performance that you're used to seeing.
Norwegian Henderson now.
Should I tell you why? Should I tell you why though? Because when he came back, Eze was playing and Eze was in form, so there was competition. Now he feels zero pressure to play well. Like you can see the man just knows he's starting no matter what he does, and you can. It's just complacency. Like I was actually pressure because Eze had that hat-trick against Tottenham. We were actually, as I said, we were playing football, and he came back into the team. He had to actually improve and actually prove himself. Now he's able to coast along because he knows no matter how bad he plays, the man's starting the next game. Like it's just
yeah.
complacency.
If the rumors are true, about why Eze got benched for such an extended period, it was because he didn't track back for one goal that we let in, right where he was last starting. If that is the reason why he's been benched and Odegaard's put in, because Odegaard can do all those things off the ball and this, that, and the other, then we really do have a problem with a manager that is playing not to lose, right? And I'm not going to say that we are actually like that, but if that is the standard, right? So with Eze, you take what he can do, right? Ceiling that Khem likes to talk about, right? That high ceiling that he's got where he can make a moment out of nothing. And you take with that with the con that he is not going to be able to do all the things that Odegaard does off the ball, right? But if we're going to trade in that potential positive impact ball backing wise for a player that can just, makes no mistakes defensively, and we're talking about a 10 here, we're not talking about a DM, we're talking about a 10. If that is the trade-off that we're having to make and we're choosing to play the player that doesn't make defensive mistakes instead, we have a problem, man. Because that is not how we should be playing. And that's where, if we want to talk about negative football and this, that, and the other and ugly football, I get that. I'm not devoid of any kind of critical ability when it comes to Arteta. But if that is the trade-off that we're having to make and we're choosing to sacrifice what Eze can do on the ball, just because Odegaard will track back and will run really, really fast to try and get the ball back afterwards, I'm sorry, but that's not a trade-off I'm willing to make at this point.
It's just definitely not consistently. Like, I understand if he's mad at him because he didn't track back and you can see the goal and he's like, you know what, you're going to hold bench for a game. But he held bench for like 4 or 5 games in a row. And that's where it's just like, this seems like a very strange hill to die on when it comes to punishing a player. Because if surely poor performance, which Odegaard has put in for the last 3 or 4 games or whatever it's been, is worthy of the same punishment, if not worse. But like Io said, like you've said, Jonts, you'll probably start again. Like, and so it's a strange one. It does kind of give credence to the idea that Odegaard is Arteta's eyes and ears on the pitch, and he trusts him more than anyone else to carry out the tactics and plans that he has. And maybe that's the reason why he gives him extra leeway and will almost kind of be...
He doesn't need eyes and ears on the pitch. He himself is almost on the pitch every single game. He's half body is the fucking pitch, mate.
Nasty stuff. And that clearance at the end from Gyökeres was crazy as well, man. I have to just throw that one in as well.
But we need to talk about Gyökeres too.
Starting
Jesus was not a good idea, by the way. We should not have started Jesus. It was not the right decision. We should have left him as an impact sub to come on. That was the right game for Gyökeres instead.
Exactly.
We should have started with Gyökeres up front with Eze behind him, as Io likes to talk about, pause-worthy all day long. We should have started like that. Sat on the right, Gabby on the left. I don't know why we didn't just kind of look back at last season where Gabby was breaking on you, man. Gabby has good, so when I say Gabby, I mean Martinelli. He usually has good times in these types of games.
No, he is. He's been
I don't know why we didn't
against
start him as well.
Yeah, he's been dangerous against us. I'm not sure about the Gyökeres one because he did play in the Old Trafford fixture, and I know it was his first game or whatever, but he didn't look that good, and he did look pretty good coming off the bench. I think the dilemma Arteta has is all of your strikers at the moment, obviously with Havertz out, have looked pretty shit starting and have looked much better coming off the bench. And so he's made a judgment call to play Jesus from the start and then bring Gyökeres from the bench. And to be fair, Gyökeres did look better.
I think that's a stylistic choice, though.
Yeah, probably. But
I think one of the stats I saw early season was that like Arsenal barely ever score in the early parts of the game. We break teams down near half time and into the second half, and that's how we usually win games. We're not coming out of the blocks flying, banging goals in from the get-go. And it seems to be kind of a stylistic choice where we... all right, yeah, whatever, mate. But we don't. It seems like it's a stylistic choice where we bring Gyökeres on, or we start Gyökeres to try and push the pitch a bit to give centre backs a bit of a hard time, and then we can bring someone exciting on like Gabby Jesus or Trossard or whoever else. That is a very different type of player to play against. But in this time, we started with Jesus. I think one thing with Jesus, literally not one. I can't even remember him touching the ball. The only thing I remember is Lisandro Martinez punching him in the back of the head.
That's right.
My butcher. All right, enough Arsenal United chat. Massive game. The title race is still on, but I mean, you guys are still in the driving seat. You're 4 points clear. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, it was a worrying game from an Arsenal perspective. From a United perspective, back in the top 4, above Liverpool, positive goal difference. The boy with the afro might get his haircut soon. You know what I mean? Things are looking up. We're happy days. All right, let's go on to Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Yeah. What I'm just remembering how good a weekend this was for me, man. I'm just savoring it one more time. 3-2 to Bournemouth. Virgil van Dijk, stellar performance, best Premier League defender of all time.
Still is.
Twerkisha, great performance. Szoboszlai scores another free kick. Florian Wirtz almost wins it, but you end up losing it at the end, 3-2. Khem, I'm going to tell you right now, we're not allowing you to hit double digits with the soliloquy right now. Just give us your general analysis, and the rest of us are going to pile on.
I have nothing to say about this team, bro. So I thought you'd give Rhys the floor. He's not even had to say anything anymore. I don't even remember Wirtz's chance or whatever. Like, I'm sorry, is that a time or is that your open play chance? I don't even remember Wirtz's moment, to be honest, and like I think I've deleted most of that from my mind. I can't even remember what I predicted for the match. I don't even know I predicted a dub. I did say the other day, he could play the same team that did really well, or mess it up and change things up to things that don't work. Certain people that play that are on a bad run of when they start, we don't win. You know who that is.
You're a disgrace.
Van Dijk, yeah, it's terrible on that first goal, and I don't know. It was poor. Like, where I genuinely, you think I'm joking when I said I think we're tanking or whatever, is because he didn't even acknowledge it in his thing. Yeah, he was like, yeah, it was windy, and then next thing I know, we're letting a goal, and I was like, bro, you always just clear it. Like, you never do that. And where I've said that they definitely just are tanking is because I was watching that match, and obviously Gomez gets his injury. I don't know what last pod I mentioned that I assume he's injured right now, kind of thing. You know how it goes. And then he's off the pitch injured. Endo was the backup centre back, and it was like a 7-minute period before he came on, and the coach is telling him to kick it out, and none of them do it, and it's just like,
yeah, they ignore.
You know what I mean? That's a big sign there. So like, yeah, I just think they've tapped out. They haven't bought into him. I don't think the owners trust him anymore, because we were lacking centre back cover in August. And now we're at a point where the decision was either we play Gravenberch or Endo at the back with Van Dijk. And by the end of the game, none of our back four, only Van Dijk was the only one remaining from our starting back line. The Szoboszlai right back fetish returned somehow again. And then he subbed off Kirkes because the one thing he seems to struggle with is the blindside run behind him, which is what Van Dijk was covering at Stamford Bridge. Case in point, way back when you were getting your Ice Spice memes out. Timer looks good, man. Where's the timer for your trophy? Why don't you keep that going? That's probably a good 20 years. So yeah, 5 years since COVID, since your first stint abroad, So the guy that's climbing that building, you were living near that building, by the way, last time you won a trophy. Just saying. Love the time. That's good. So yeah, we're just ass. I'm at a point where I don't mind losing because it could bring us closer to a change. He is. I think he's running on borrowed time. I think part of me is wondering if them man are just waiting until the transfer window is over, so that they can not be forced to sort of buy any players for any interim or any other manager that comes in. And I think it's a bit of pride, like what United had, where they kind of stuck with Amorim because you had made a big show about bringing him in. I think because Richard Hughes brought in Slot, and it was amazing last season. And it's not to say he's a bad coach. I just don't know if he can handle maybe the size and scale of a club like Liverpool and rebuild teams or adapt throughout a season, or go with how the Premier League's changing or how football's changing and adjust and those kinds of things. I think he has an idea in his head, and it's only that. And if it doesn't work, he seems to struggle a little bit. So that's where we're at with this coach. It'd be great if he could turn it around, but I can't see it. Loving all the watches, man. Flexing that wealth. That's good, man. That's good. Make sure you bring me some of them back. I hope they're legit, not knockoff. But yeah, so
I did actually. That game was the first time I actually properly believed what you were saying in terms of there being a bit of there might be some unrest, like legit unrest, because I did see that clip of Gomez being injured and like Slot's losing his mind on the touchline, trying to tell them kick the fucking ball out, basically.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So Ender can come on, and they're just ignoring him and keep playing the ball around, and
7 minutes
for the first time, it does actually feel like maybe they are just tanking. Maybe they are just like
7 minutes.
It's crazy.
That's insane, man. I don't know how that's even. I don't even know how the ball didn't naturally fucking go out anyway. Like, yeah, I just think it's a case of just, I don't know, just surviving, man. And so you guys winning was good for me because, again, first of all, football won, but also you being above us makes Slot look bad, and I'm just there like just waiting. I check my phone like all the time, and there's no Xabi Alonso news. I'm just depressed. I'm just there like fucking hell. Like I had to tell a friend of mine, they'll send a picture and it'll be like a. It's not loaded. I'm like, don't send me anything unless it's like Slot sack. Like don't send me anything. It's like it gets my hopes up. So yeah, I'm just sitting. I'm just waiting on that.
You're probably not going to sack him mid-season though, because I'm seeing rumors. So good work to keeping your monologue under 5 minutes. Well done. But I am seeing rumors that Xabi is going to come in and that they are talking to him apparently already. So as soon as those rumors start, especially if they start coming out of athletic reporters in this, that, and the other who have all got the ins with the laptop nerds, I definitely think he's going at the end of the season. But you're definitely not going to sack him mid-season now. He's got through like the hardest part of it. I don't think it's going to get too much worse unless all of the players just sack it in and say, you know what, we're going to get this guy fired right now.
Well, the thing is, like we've also just not been good on the eye at all. Like we've been trash. When he had a healthy squad, we look shit. We do have a lot of injuries now. We still look shit. So I don't really want to hear any of the excuses because we just look terrible regardless. It was wild that he got asked about Xabi Alonso in one of his press conferences. I think that was insane from the journalist, to be fair. To ask him that is a bit disrespectful. But do you know what? I'm at a point. I'll ask him again. I don't give a fuck anymore, man. I'll keep asking him. Say, do you know what flight Xabi's on? Is he gonna live in your house when he move out? Like, are you going to Amsterdam, Rotterdam? Where are you back? Where are you going to with the family? Like, I don't care anymore. We might have to force him out. It's at a point where it's like, just resign, bro. But these managers want the payout. It's just like they're not even extending your contract. The start of the season was talks of an extension, and that's gone quiet. They're not even buying you centre back cover. We played Endo at the back. We're still in January, and there's no links to a centre back. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so they don't trust you to bring in new players. They let Gahey walk. What are we doing? Like, I don't know what they're doing here. I think they're just waiting.
They're not buying players because they are definitely going to let him go. And this is the perfect segue to bring Rhys in, because when we talk about letting managers go, there's only one club that are the masters of this.
He's the ambassador for letting managers go.
The ambassador for letting managers go.
The McKinsey consultant for letting managers go.
Big up, Rhys. What do you think about this Slot thing? Do you think it's because you've had that before? Like Ancelotti's won a league and you've sacked him the next season. Jose's won a league and you've sacked him the next season. You obviously, to a much lesser degree, Maresca won a couple trophies, got sacked the next season. Do you think it's kind of fair how things are going? Because Liverpool, they've dropped below both of us, which, we've had relatively shite seasons, both of our teams. But it's still in a chance with the Champions League. Do you think it's right that they're going to maybe sack him?
I don't think they'll sack him now. I think anything that's going to happen is probably going to happen at the end of the season. I think he's earned that much. And like you said, they're still kind of in the sort of top 4 race. So I think, take it from someone who's been there, I think they'll just destable the season if they sack him now. I think they maybe need to...
What was stable about the season?
Well, you're still in a top 4 race. I mean, you backed him with like 500 mil in the summer, so there must be something there. I mean, the worst mistake you did, evidently, was didn't get a defender, which is showing now for all that attacking talent. But I think they have to let him run with it till the end of the season, because even Alonso, I don't think Alonso would jump at the chance for a job straight away after maybe what he went through at Madrid. He might maybe want to take some time out, but I think, maybe he's just keeping it warm for someone else next season, the seat. But anything sort of to do with now, I don't see it happening in terms of slot. Khem's just going to have to sit there and hold that. And
all the bold managers that need to go, that includes Slot, Triple H.
All managers are falling off.
All
managers are falling off.
They're all bad, man. This phase is done.
Well, we have to ask the question: what would Roman do? Rhys, what would Roman do at this point?
It would have been gone months ago, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Roberto won the Champions League and didn't survive the season next year. So, I mean, but he's a bad example. He's a bad example, though. I don't think.
But think about the levels, guys. What we're talking about when Roman sacked Jose, I swear he was 10th or lower, right? When he got sacked by Roman both times. Even with Di Matteo and those guys and Ancelotti and stuff, Ancelotti finished second and got sacked the next season. Conte and all these guys were still like seventh or eighth as well. Like what we're talking about here with Slot is he's in 6th right now. He was in 4th up until this weekend.
That's because the league is shit.
Okay,
we've
bro,
won
but
we've won 5 games. We've won 5 league games since September, bro. We've won 5 league games since September. February is around the corner. We haven't won a game in the league in 2026. Do you understand?
So
you know, if the start of the season was a bunch of late goals.
That's why.
The start of the season was a bunch of late goals, Freaking Chiesa came out of nowhere and randomly scored. We thought he was dead, right? And then a teenager, a child comes on and scores against Newcastle. And then Szoboszlai twats in a free kick against your lot. And then the other one's a last, 95th minute Salah penalty. And God knows what the other dub was, probably a last minute piece of shit. Now we're losing games last minute. Since that run, our average is like 1 point a game or 1.5 or something that would put us on pace for 15th. So they're a bunch of laptop nerds, but they're just, I don't know what they're sitting on their hands for looking at this. Like, our run, 5 wins since September. With the 400 or whatever million provided to him, 200 net spend, like with all of that, I can't believe we lost 9 in 12. We had a period where we lost 9 in 12. Even when we are winning games, it was garbage, bro.
5 wins since
league
September.
Wins. 5 league wins since September, bro.
And that would probably be one with Gakpo.
Exactly.
I didn't actually hear that. But we're bad. It's some relegation shit. It's some relegation stuff, man. I don't know how we still.
Here's Gakpo, and then his whole brain lag.
Gakpo. Well, he's got more goals and assists than Saka, by the way. We should give Gakpo 300k.
But
Gakpo is saving Slot's job at he's the reason why you've got 5 wins in September. Otherwise, it'd be 0.
Well, at least he's playing his position. He's not getting
Long live
to the other side like in the Euro
Long
final. You know what I mean? At least he's trusted in his position.
Can we just say though?
Your boy's getting moved for a guy that hasn't scored in a year or assisted in a year. Chelsea's region.
Can we just say though, Van Dijk? I'm not gonna beat the dead horse on this because I've been banging the drum that he's not had a good season whatsoever. He had a shocking game. He effed it up for the first goal and then turned around and complained to Alisson and to Gomez, who was on the floor, who I'm pretty sure was injured at the time. I don't know how Kirkes still has the confidence to play next to him after the amount of times that Van Dijk has absolutely berated him this season. And even for the third goal, the guy who scored, who happens to be Moroccan, ask him about that, shoves Van Dijk off the ball to somehow shovel it into the goal. I mean, he's had an absolute bombastic stinker in this game.
Is he Moroccan? That's hilarious.
It is actually. It
I
is
won't
actually. Yeah, please, God, let's get through this episode, please. All right, yeah, stinker, a big stinker from Van Dijk, and yeah, it's not looking good for Liverpool right now, and not looking good for Slot. So let's see. Chabi is waiting in the wings, man.
Oh wait,
so it could.
We're not going to talk about Dijk. That's all you're going to give him.
He was crap, bro. He was shit. He had a shit game. The whole team's had a shit season.
We're only going to spend.
It can't just be Slot's fault.
It can't be Slot's fault.
You can't just blame Slot for the players being so shit.
Doesn't he not pick the team and tell them how he wants them to play?
But he's only got what he's got to work with.
And then they still have to go and play, though, don't they? So
there's a lot of blame.
He doesn't kick the ball for them.
But there's a lot of players underperforming in that team.
There's a lot of players, but one thing that's the frustration with like the fan base is the sort of the poor performances stretch back longer than just this season. They go back to the back end of not even just the back end of last season, like even before the cup final. Like it's been a while when it's been sort of him implementing his ideas. We've looked stinky. And that's the truth. Because, for example, Trent he done his ligaments, I think, against Paris Saint-Germain. And since then, we knew he was going. Was the chance to see how do we look without, for example, his creative his creativity from the right hand side. And we've looked dog shit for a long time, and it's approaching a year of actually being pretty, look like your team, like unwatchable.
But then you make that point. And running parallel to that Slot argument is also the argument that maybe you miss Trent a lot. And maybe Trent wasn't the scoundrel that left you and you should have done more to try and keep him. Because
they did try to keep him. He wanted to go. But we do miss Trent, but we're also just shit. And the manager doesn't have a plan B. He's just a lost guy out there. He switched to a 4-3-3. He makes the wildest subs during a match as well. Like, he's just bold.
Is Virgil van Dijk in his Rio QPR era? Is that what we're seeing happen right now? Do we need to ship him off to Southampton or something and let him?
Well, he's obviously 34 now.
Howdy, man.
You shouldn't, he's also one thing that where I'll say it's the players or the recruitment is definitely in the back line because Virgil's playing every game. Like the succession plan for him and Salah hasn't been done well. But then again, they're not good at succession plans. We haven't even replaced Fabinho, and the guy left about 3 years ago and was washed about 4 years ago. So we'll see. But he's not the guy to turn us around. No, he's lost the dressing room. He's lost Anfield. It's just I don't know what he's still here doing. Really, it's just.
I think the laptop nerds need to hold some smoke for this because you say people haven't been replaced, but they've tried their best to replace them. They've bought players and spent money. They've just not worked out.
I mean, Gay's not the only centre back in the world.
Say that again, Rhys.
No, I was just saying they tried to get Lavia and Caicedo, so you can't say they haven't made attempts to try and.
Their hit rate on transfers has just gone down. They had a crazy.
It was a good attempt there, bro. But Lavia doesn't even play matches, man. You've literally you're spending money on a guy who doesn't even. You've got your own Kawhi Leonard in there, man. I don't know why you're screaming Lavia. And Caicedo.
Wait, so are we just ignoring that Gravenberch was one of the best DMs in the Premier League last season?
They've bought players.
Over the fact that Fabinho has not been replaced, apparently.
Do you look at them as a similar profile of player though? Gravenberch was an 8 who we had to move to a 6 because we couldn't even sign Zubimendi. And you know that's the truth.
So
and
wait, would you say the same
and
thing about not replacing as well? Because Isak
in
is
terms
not the
of
same profile. So just because you buy someone in the same position, but if they're not the same profile, then it doesn't count as replacing them. Is that what you're saying?
In terms of a true number 6, we haven't had. I mean, Endo's technically our only true number 6 in that time. So yeah. Gravenberch was an 8 who done really well.
Gravenberch doesn't count
as a true number 6. Would you sign him as your destroyer?
You converted him.
So,
and you just called him a weakling in the midfield, did you not?
No, exactly. But it doesn't mean that he doesn't count replacement. It just means that he was a shit replacement.
I
Your
didn't call him mission
laptop
replacement.
needs to hold smoke
When we
because
signed Gravenberch,
bought
we didn't
players that
sign him
aren't
to
good
play.
enough.
When we signed Gravenberch, we didn't sign him to play number 6. We signed him to play as an 8.
No, you didn't. You converted him to a 6 in the season when you won
And
the
it
league,
worked.
right?
It
And
worked
it
because he's good
looked
on the
good.
ball. And now teams press Gravenberch because there's no Trent to ping it. People just know to press him, and that's it. You've got Liverpool pinned back already. So that's what I'm saying. The manager's clueless.
You know who actually deserves a lot more like slander is McAllister. Looks fucking rubbish,
I've been
man.
saying this for
I can't
time,
remember the last time I've seen McAllister look good. He
He's
was
not
very
looked
good
good in
last season, but he's
time.
looked so bad. He's looked
He's
really, really bad.
washed. Like I see the Real Madrid links, and for the first time, I don't mind being robbed by Real Madrid. Like, take him now while the value's okay. I don't know how he gets minutes, but the back
your squad's a mess. It's gone from winning the league to it's like our 2013 squad. Well, that's probably been way too kind to your lot because those lot won multiple titles. But in terms of quality of winning a league to just suddenly looking really shit overnight, a lot of these players that you've got have just fallen off a cliff. And it's not only the Van Dijks, it's the McAllisters looking terrible. Gravenberch doesn't look as good. Say what you want to say about Gakpo. Say what you want to say about Salah.
Konate's been. They've all been bad.
Konate, yeah.
So that's why you need new energy, man. A fresh start, new person, new ideas. Sometimes it has to be that.
Another 500 million.
Yeah, and we love it. We love to see it.
Could be worse. He still he's a bum and he still got it done before your bloke. Just saying.
All right, let's.
Good on him. He won a league. Well done, mate. Well, what did you say? Really low ceiling, right? Low ceiling league that they won last.
He didn't need 1 billion in 6 years, man. I'm just saying, like, he got it done. One take. Didn't have to re-stitch.
Let's
go more window like last season, and you'll be at the same number as in.
Bro, you've had that same window,
450 million. Chatting about numbers, bro. What's Slot's average per window?
Bro, you know,
what's his average per window, bro?
I was shocked Aubameyang was still a player when I saw EPW because when he dropped your FA Cup on the floor was the last time you actually like celebrate.
All right, let's not get to FA Cup from 7 years ago. We're going too far now. All right, guys, let's move on.
Isn't it?
Now let's move on. Let's go on to Palace versus Chelsea.
Like your 30 years before that.
Palace versus Chelsea.
I've got another. I've got 20 more years that I can wait, and then I'll get to your level of desperation.
All right, we'll let third attempt. Let's get to Palace. All right, fourth attempt. Let's get to Palace versus Chelsea.
Put your Liverpool shirt on.
Oh my God! Let Antony move the conversation.
Do you want me to get my shirt?
Get the one with the gold badge on it. Get the gold badge out instead of wearing your gold badge.
The Premier League gold badge.
Antony,
all right. Okay, guys, come on.
Macon got one out.
All right.
Have you even played?
Macon got one.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to Chelsea versus Palace. Chelsea win 3-1. I don't know, Rhys, is it the second or third win in a row for Rhys Senior? You're up to fifth. Esteval scores a nice goal. João Pedro scores. The guy I don't really rate scores a nice penalty and does some juggling in the corner. He actually had a pretty good game from the highlights I watched. Enzo, you've got to give him some credit for that. And you get the dub 3-1 at Palace. I know Palace are struggling, but Rhys, what did you make of the game? Are you starting to become a bit more open-minded to Rossinia's style of play and the future with him at the helm?
Yeah, I never really had a problem with Rossinia as such. I just thought he was a bit out of his depth. I think he's kind of similar. His style of play is similar to Enzo Maresca's, I guess, but I suppose his utilization of the fullbacks is a little bit different, and the wingers, I guess, he kept Esteval quite wide against Palace, who gave Mitchell a bit of a tough time, obviously with the goal and that. So yeah, I can't complain, man. Like, no crash outs needed today. I mean, I could always crash out on Clear Lake, but yeah, fuck them. But no, we're winning. I can't complain. I guess what's that, 4 out of 5 if we count Charlton and add Arsenal in there. So he's doing well. I think I looked at the run of games we got, and I mean, bar Napoli, we've got West Ham out and obviously Arsenal away, but then we've got Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, So it's a chance to pick up some more points and keep in the top 4 race. So as mad as I was in terms of the season being a bit destabilized by these idiots and their egos, because no one knows ball like Badad Egbali, apparently. Fucking Oracle. No, I'm joking. Yeah. But it's going all right. I think he's also found sort of a formula with the midfield and the midfield three of Andre Santos, Caicedo, and Enzo, which allows James to sort of be deployed at right back, which the league might be on notice for that, but we won't get into that just yet. But he probably ain't got the legs for it. Let's be honest. Yeah, I can't complain. I think the game against Paphos was difficult because I think they spent the majority of the whole game in their own half, and it was just so difficult to break them down. But he even found a way there. So yeah, it's looking all right. But we don't get too carried away. I'm sure there's a Bozo moment or two. Esteval is sort of picking up where Palmer sort of left off. Even though he's really young, you can't really put too much pressure on him at that age. But he's doing well. He's coming in and he's really putting Neto, Garnacho, and Gittins to shame, to be honest. Because
sorry. So you also can play young players in Premier League teams and they perform. Sorry, I just thought that.
Yeah, if they're good enough.
Brother, fucking move on with you.
They just got to be good enough, man. And he's getting a tune out of João Pedro as well. So, apparently we're believing and we're manning and aging at the same damn time. It's all good over here. Obviously, I see everything in the transfer market where we obviously look a bit stupid again, going for this jacket. I don't even know who he is, but didn't work out. So then something about recalling Assemolino from Dortmund and then using him, we was always going to do that anyway. There was never going to sign a ready-made centre-back to come into the team. But even then, like Trev, what a game he had against Palace. It's all clicking for some reason. So yeah, a lot of positivity here. But fuck Clearly. Just one more time. One more time.
Yeah, I get it. You had to bookend it. I hear you, bro. You had to drop it at the end. But no, it's still with all that said though, Robert Sanchez still had to make a couple of decent saves. And he's I know he's had bozo moments, but I have to give him some credit as well, man. I feel like he's had a good season overall. Robert Sanchez has actually surprised me with his form. He was good in this game.
Yeah, definitely most improved, which kind of says something about the type of players we sign for. He's actually had a good season. I did from that game against PSG, he just had a battery in his back, and he's had moments here and there, but it's not been as frequent. And he's actually a good shot stopper, so it's not as bad. I do still maintain we do need a world-class goalkeeper, but we as a club won't do that. So, and that I don't know if you lot know about Mike Penders as well. I think he's supposed to be another. Yeah. So I think they're looking to sort of wait till he comes of age. If he's playing well, then we ain't got nothing to complain about. I think, what do we see? He used to be shy, but now he's all right, walking in the Sanchez Wonderland. We're here.
Yeah, man. But big him up, man. I feel like he deserved a bit of credit. I also read some stuff before we move on to the preview bit that Cole Palmer apparently his injury is worse than feared, and apparently he needs surgery or whatever, but he's putting it off because of the World Cup. Do you think that's true? Because if that's true, then that's mad.
I think he might be prepping himself.
Yeah, you can see he's kind of playing. I missed that. What did Nash say?
No one heard what them two said. They both spoke over each other at exactly the same time.
No, I said apparently his injury is like chronic groin problems, similar to Emil Smith-Rowe that got him out of Arsenal. Apparently, this is surgery and done. It's going to be like a permanent thing for him now.
It might be that pubalgia thing that Yamal has as well.
Okay.
It comes and goes.
I see. He's
but
been enjoying
I
London.
want to make one point. One point about Cole Palmer is I saw from Samuel Luckhurst that he's apparently looking to go to Man United.
Bro.
Just when he gets
Samuel Luckhurst.
If you believe anything the Sun read, I want to know what you're smoking and where you're getting it from.
Yeah,
I want some of that.
It's called copium.
It's a contract.
It's called copium.
Groin injury, bro.
Like a 10-year deal,
happen.
mate. That's a slave deal.
Let him go.
Honestly, that's crazy though, because it's typical. The moment he gets a chronic injury, we're interested and we'll probably drop like 100 million on him. Typical, isn't it? Beautiful. Glory, Man United.
It's obviously it's come at the worst time for him. That's why he's obviously putting off the surgery. But yeah, I think because you can tell he's not 100% and he is playing in some sort of pain, so he should kind of get it. But I guess it's those England chances, and obviously people are talking about Morgan Rogers and Bellingham in the 10, so he's obviously thinking about that rather than long term, but I think it's affecting his game, so I think he should get surgery, but it depends how long it's going to keep him out.
Yeah, double-edged sword though, isn't it? Because if he avoids it and he gets worse and then he probably won't get in the team anyway, what's the point? You know what I mean? He might as well just get the surgery done and start recovering ASAP. All right, let's get into the Champions League preview stuff, because obviously we're doing this pod before the Champions League fixtures, the final fixture. So I think they do it like the final round of the Premier League, don't they? Where they all kick off at the same time. So you've got Arsenal against my brothers from Kazakhstan, Kairat Almaty. Razor and Jonty will be going to that game, not for 225 quid, Khem. And Liverpool are playing Karabag. Napoli Chelsea is probably the best game out of this lot, because Napoli, I think they're not even in a playoff spot, so they desperately need to win to get into the playoffs, and Chelsea are just about in the automatic qualification, I think, are on the edges. So that's probably the one that has got the most jeopardy on it. I'll come to you, Io, quickly. Since 1 year he's not here anymore, well, he is here, you know what I mean, but he's in Marseille. You still hoping and expecting to see rotation in this game, or do you not really care now that your favourite star boy is not still in London?
I just don't think we're going to see much rotation anyway. But I'm sure I'm going to see Rhys play 60 minutes for some reason, or 70 minutes. It wouldn't surprise me. But no, I think rotation is going to be at very minimal level. You've got Norgard, who's getting no minutes. Don't know what the point of signing him was if we're not going to play him to replace to get some minutes in there. I can only hope for rotation, but there's no point in me predict but being the realistic Arsenal fan, I think he's going to try send out a pretty strong team. We might have a big win, and then he'll say, "Look how good we were," and then we get into Leeds tired and fatigued, and then we might be back here next week saying how bad we looked, and it'll be down to fatigue. But yeah, we've seen the story play out. But yeah, to answer your question, I expect minimal rotation whatsoever.
Yeah, all right. I mean, that will be good for Razor and Jonty, who are going to watch the game live. They'll get to see the first team, but it would be baffling. Yeah, it would be baffling, because I'm pretty sure my guys, my cousins and them lot, they're bottom of the league, so they don't give a shit. And you're top of the league, so you don't give a shit. So why would he even not just put out the under 21s or whoever you can and just save the first team for Leeds, because now you're back to 4 points. Surely that's got to be the way. Liverpool carrier bag, Khem, really, really quickly. Slot's not gonna rotate, right? He never rotates. He always plays all the same people. Szoboszlai, right back, midfield, whatever. I'm guessing you expect the same kind of thing as Io, that you're going to go close to full strength for this game, right?
Yeah, his job's on the line, so he's going to have to. We're not completely through, and I think you sullied their name, by the way. It's Karabag. They still have a fighter's chance at the playoff rounds, so they will go for it. And we're shit, so we are still there for the taking. So he has to play whatever bodies are actually left, certainly in defence anyway.
All right, that makes sense. I mean, looking at Slot's minutes for some of the players, I expect he's going to go at least 75-80% strength in this game. So I'm not shocked with that. Rhys, Napoli, Chelsea. Surely Rosinha can't go heavy on the rotation for this one, right? Because I'm expecting you've obviously got the Carabao Cup semi-final 2 legs that you've got against Arsenal. If you can maybe turn that around, maybe a final. So you want to limit the games. So surely he's got to go as close to full strength as possible for this game. It's a tricky one, right?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I mean, Napoli are in jeopardy of not qualifying as well, so they're obviously going to go for it. And I was just looking, like, from 6th to 18th, the gap's like 3 points. So literally, that anything could happen, sort of from there. So we have to go and win it. So we have to go full strength. But yeah, obviously, I'm just aware Napoli need to qualify, and they're sitting below the one place below the playoff round. So obviously, yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, it's probably the game of the week, to be honest, in the Champions League round, because Napoli have got a lot of ex-Premier League players, obviously a bunch of ex-United players. And then, yeah, you've got to go for it. So that's probably the one I'll probably watch from this crop. All right, let's go on to the Game Week 24 preview and prediction section. But before we do, the Prediction League updates. It's disgraceful. If you look at the bottom right corner, you'll understand why. Khem is first with 78 points and 14 correct scores. Rhys is second with 75 points and 12 correct scores. Jonty is third with 74 points and 11 correct scores. Io is now fourth with 73 points and 10 correct scores. Razor is fifth with 69 points and 8 correct scores. I'm sixth with 66 points and 6 correct scores. And Nash is seventh with 56 points and 9 correct scores. We had a couple of late submissions, unfortunately. So both Razor and Nash can only get 1 point per fixture. Bit of a tricky one this week because obviously we didn't get much time to submit the scores before the fixtures, but nonetheless, 2 late scores. So yeah.
How is Nash never on time, bro?
He made it to the pod. What can I do? We've got to take small wins. He made it to back us up after the United win. That's all we're here for. All right, Khem, we'll kick off with Leeds Arsenal. Since you're top, what's your prediction for Leeds and Arsenal?
Do you know what? Don't know. What did I put? So I just want to just give a shout out to myself for being number one. And for those who have been regular watchers, it is very coincidental that since we spoke about certain people giving certain people tic tacs, they've slipped from first to fourth. Just saying, AO slot out here, can't get it done without help. I have gone.
I told you I'm refraining from saying the insults about parents, so keep going. But keep going. The time will come. I've told you.
Wow.
Yeah, I've told you.
Well, get your parents to give you a tic tac then. You need all the help you can get. What about so Ning Yu? I have gone 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Rhys, what's your prediction for Leeds Arsenal?
I went 2-1, but can I just say I was robbed last week because Liverpool was shit and they conceded last minute. Like, fuck your team, Khem. But yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, I think we all agree with that on this pod. Jonty, what's your prediction for Leeds Arsenal?
Isn't Iowa first?
No.
Okay. All right.
I've got pathetic.
Jonty, I didn't hear. What did you say? 2-1.
Oh, I've gone 2-1 Arsenal.
All right, cool. 2-1 Arsenal. All right, Io, what's your prediction in this one?
This feels so wrong to be speaking so late. Arsenal 2-0. This is disgusting.
All right. 2-0. All right. Razor did send his scores in, so he's gone 2-1 Arsenal as well. I've gone Arsenal 2-1 as well. Nash, what's your prediction for this one?
I've gone 1-0 to the Arsenal. Again by the skin of the teeth.
All right, 1-0. Khem, Chelsea, West Ham. What's your prediction in this game?
Yes, back to a new round. Still first. Okay. Chelsea 2-1.
All right. Rhys, what's your prediction? Chelsea, West Ham.
I went 3-1 Chelsea.
All right, 3-1. Jonty, what's your prediction for this one?
Chelsea 2-1.
All right, Io, what's your prediction? Chelsea, West Ham.
2-0 to Chelsea.
Okay, 2-0. Razor's gone 2-1 Chelsea. I've gone 2-0 Chelsea. Nash, what's your prediction for Chelsea, West Ham?
I go on 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay, 2-1 Chelsea. So yeah, everyone's going Chelsea win. West Ham, you know what? West Ham have sneakily turned their form around for such a shit team. It was mad. They've suddenly just gone on a run of wins. Even Forest are getting wins. You know who might be in relegation is a team we'll chat through that are playing Man City this weekend and are big North London rivals. Because if West Ham keep winning or picking up points and Forest do too, Thomas Frank might take him down. That would be mad. All right. Liverpool, Newcastle, Khem. What's your prediction on this one?
1-1. Can't even enjoy it. Can't even parade Isak to them. Yeah.
All right, Rhys, what's your prediction? Liverpool, Newcastle?
I went 2-2.
2-2. Jonty, what's your prediction for this one?
1-1.
All right, 1-1. Io, what's your prediction? Liverpool, Newcastle?
2-1 to Liverpool.
All right, 2-1 Liverpool. Razor has gone 2-2. I've gone 2-1 Liverpool. Nash, what's your prediction? Liverpool, Newcastle?
I've got Newcastle 2, Liverpool 0.
Good man. All right. United versus Fulham. Khem, what's your prediction on this one?
2-0 Man United. Carrick at the wheel.
Good man. Good man.
2-0 United. Rhys, what's your prediction for this one?
So 2-1 United.
Oh man, it wouldn't be a stream without Rhys's delay. Jonty, what's your prediction in this one? United Fulham?
I think I went Man United 2-0.
2-0. Io, what's your prediction for this one? United Fulham?
I've gone 2-2. Harry Wilson masterclass. Incoming.
You know, he's balling, man. Thank God I've got him in FPL. He's cooking. All right, you've gone 2-2. Razor's gone 2-1 Man United. I've gone 3-1 Man United. Nash, what's your prediction for this one?
3-0 United.
Clean sheet, yeah? All right.
It's time.
Okay. I know, man. We need to get more of them. All right. Spurs versus Man City.
Man, act like you've been. Sorry. Act like you've been here before, bro.
Crop that a little bit for me, my bro, just so we can see.
Look at this. Is what haters is, bro.
Yeah, let's crop that a little bit, man. That tic-tac, we fought hard for this, bro. Honestly, that's justice right there, man.
You man are shameless.
That is justice right there. Look at that.
Get the top for month straight, bro.
Yeah.
Me when you've been
there. We go. There we
so
go.
far down the table,
Yeah, I know. Honestly, the tall guy looks up to me.
Khem, Spurs Man City. What's your prediction?
Oh, this was a tricky one. City have to actually try in midweek, don't they? I'm going 2-1 to City because I think Spurs, as bad as they are, they ain't going to want to let them lot win. So they'll throw it back. They'll do whatever they got to do. Throw pant to let City win. I think they will.
All right, Rhys, what's your prediction in this one? Spurs City.
I went 2-1 Man City.
All right, 2-1 Man City. Jonty, what's your prediction in this game? Spurs City?
Also 2-1. I think, Frank is bad at the point that even he is ruining the judge that they have over Man City. So, yeah, Man City to win 2-1.
Spurs are, I think they've got some dubs against City at home, but they're mostly good at the Etihad, aren't they? I think they have lost a few at their ground. So, yeah, Thomas Frank, man, bloody hell. I think that's another one I'm going to have to my bad, but the opposite way. I actually thought he was good, but this is diabolical stuff. Io, what's your prediction, Spurs City?
Yeah, 2-1, sadly following. The same. thinking.
All right, everyone's gone 2-1. Razor's gone 3-0 Man City. I've gone 2-0 Man City. Nash, what's your prediction in this one?
I've gone 2-0 City.
All right, 2-0 City. All right, all predictions locked in. So, yeah, early pod this week, absolute madness. But, you know, me and Nash don't get many opportunities to celebrate a win, and also most of our rivals catching disgusting L's. So this one might be one for the history books. We may not see it again, but great episode, everyone. We'll see you guys all next week when we review game week 24 and also the Champions League game week 8 matches. But take care until then. We'll see you guys next week.